Hello there, it's Liddell with you again today for another lettering video, and this one's going to be a little bit different. I'm doing it in my Bible, and I am just wetting all my paints ready to start with this because they need to sit for a little bit. So these are the Inklingz and the Creameez, the Aqua Huez, nice smooth gesso, and you can write on it without it ruining your pens. Now I've chosen a quote here that I found on Pinterest just on the chapter that I'm looking at, and I'm working out how many lines it has and where my middle words will be, and you know, keeping in mind where my focus words will be, and they will be the words that are going to be lettered in a script type of lettering. And so I'll let you watch this in fast forward and just see the process of how this occurs. You'll see me test some pens in a minute to check for water fastness, just so that they don't bleed if you happen to go over it in water, which I do plan to do. Yeah, that's just really helpful to know what limits your pens have. Now, just something to mention, all these pens dry permanent, but when you're writing on gesso, it's like a smooth acrylic sort of surface, and when you rub it out on there, if it's not quite dry, it smudges a bit. So I always try and remember, and you can see I made a bit of a mistake there, but I'm watercolouring over it, so it's not a big deal. But just heat set it, and then it will be okay to add water to. I did notice that when I was heat setting, even the lead pencil was harder to erase, so just keep that in mind when you're writing. The gesso really is essential. I have tried pages without the gesso, and I just have so much more leeway when I add the gesso on first, and you can use a clear gesso or a white gesso. Like I said, the Pro Art one is a really nice, I use the Pro Art Economy, and the other one is a Prima clear gesso, and not all gessos are nice and smooth, so you need the Prima branded clear, and that is nice and smooth, and you can write over it with your pens. The Liquitex is another one that I had already, but that is really sandy, so really no good for this purpose. So now you can see that I'm adding on, I've just got a little laminated card there that was one of my kids, and I'm just using it just to apply some paint, mix it with a bit of water. I will switch over in a minute to my Aquash Brush, and that's just so that I can have a little bit more water that I need when I'm melding these colours together. And these Inklingz and Creameez just go really nicely together, and you can see because the gesso is like a smooth surface, they blend really well. And if you don't like where you've put something, if it's over an area that's had gesso on it, you just wipe it off with a baby wipe, or you know, scrub it away a little bit with your water brush, and you are good to go. Have another try at whatever you're trying to do. I've just picked out all the main words of this quote, and I will write where I found it or who it originated from. I can't remember the name at the moment, but it was somebody that's really, just with this one quote, they have summed up this chapter in Ephesians, and it worked really well for the kids that I'm doing this for in a class at church. So I will put the name in the description. So I'm just working my way around here with the Shimmerz, and once that's finished, I will heat it up a bit and let it dry. And it's always really nice to close your Bible after you have to make sure it's dry, but it just flattens, and the heaviness of the Bible makes it go nice and flat for the next time you want to work on it. Now I'm just jumping in here with an idea that I've had that just keeps me organised a little bit more. I can see what colours I've got in the little pots of watercolour paints, and it just helps me match colours and everything a little bit nicer. So I've got that. All my paints are just sitting in little tubs like this that click together, and they can come apart and you can add more to them or whatever, but the little sampler stays in there, and then I can see exactly what I've got and what I need. So yeah, I just chose my colours that I wanted to utilise in this Bible page, and I'm going to wet them all down just like I did to start with, and start painting my flowers. Now I've just gone over in lead pencil, which you can't really see because it's quite light, but I've just drawn some flowers on there and I'm painting them in now, and you can see the process of it blending and adding different colours. And I used a nice purple Aqua Huez and a blue, I think the blue was Aqua Huez, and so is the